Hello everybody, it's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video, and today I'm back into Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. I know it's been so long, right? But anyways, if you haven't already noticed, I did do a little bit off screen. As you can tell, that fountain wasn't there before, but I did do a little bit off screen, obviously, and I did create a little bit of a slope here to have a higher level of that pathway right there, and yeah, so just to clear things up, some of you wanted me to not do time lapses in this park, but I'm going to explain why I'm still doing them. Simply because they wanted to see what I was doing in the park, but this technically is not an actual tutorial. It's actually more of a watching a park get built. It's not a tutorial. If you guys want me to do tutorials on like custom scenery and stuff, be sure to let me know. I mean, I'm up for that, but as for this series, I was honestly not even going to film this in the first place, but the park was turning out a lot better. It was probably the best park that's turned out so far for me. So I decided to go ahead, I'm going to share it with them and do a lot of time lapses, because I don't want there to be like a billion parts in this series. This is going to be just a couple, probably not too many actual episodes of this series. There's just only going to just be a couple episodes. It's not going to be that many. At least I'm hoping it's not going to be like 60-some episodes or something. Hopefully not. It depends how long it takes to actually build this park. I'm doing a lot of experimenting with some sets and stuff, because I'm honestly not that much of an expert on custom scenery yet myself. I'm still learning the ropes, so I'm honestly not that great at custom scenery, but I'm just trying my best. Because I haven't actually used it as much as a lot of people out there, but you can just experiment. You can create some really unique stuff, so that's what I'm doing, and everything you're seeing here is not final, it's just stuff I'm messing around with, and I could end up changing later, depending on theming and stuff. So I'm trying to come out with a theme for this park, because I want it to be more of a theme park rather than an amusement park, and have a little bit of story on it. But if you haven't noticed, what I'm doing is actually building buildings on the side of the giant swing attraction, so that's what I wanted to do. It adds a lot more character to the ride, and I don't really get too much into it. I just kind of get a general idea. Here I'm using the Alpine Village sets, and I decided to go with some stuff that actually looked surprisingly kind of good. So again, everything I'm doing in these videos might actually change, so just remember that. So pretty much right here I'm thinking about, alright, it looks really cool. I'm going to put some center pieces there. I didn't really like the rock there, so I went ahead and went with this kind of rock style cobblestone. It kind of fit the theme. Not really, I don't have a theme yet, but it actually fit it pretty well. Two different types of cobblestone, I felt like, but I might change that. You never know. But I knew I wanted to kind of get into that, and I tried to attempt to try and find a roofing for this, but it actually did not work out as planned, because I couldn't find anything I really liked on the roofing part, so I end up not actually having a roof on it yet, so I'm going to have to experiment. As you can see, that didn't work out, so that is that, and I kind of fiddle around with it a little bit, and can't really find anything again, so that ended up not happening. Very, very disappointed, because I wanted something really nice to work. Then I said, hey, how about this? And I was like, no. I ended up saying no to it, because I just couldn't find the right roofing for it, so hopefully I will find the right roofing for it eventually, but it just didn't happen for me right there. So at this point, I'm kind of like, where do I want to go now? What do I want to do? As you can see, my spazzing of back and forth, so I'm like, I'm going to work on the raised area here, and actually raise up some more area, and maybe even put a ride here. So that's what I end up doing, is I'm actually going to raise the terrain a little bit right here. I like to have a little bit of terrain difference in the park. I think it adds a little more character to the park, if you ask me. So I end up doing that and have a little raised area there that looks pretty nice. So I haven't really decided entirely what's gonna come up with that, but I do end up putting a ride smack dab in the middle of that raised area, and it actually turned out pretty well. So as you will see here in a little bit, once I actually add on to that. So I'm really thinking that the pathways just don't have enough to them. I feel like the pathways are just bare and they need a little bit more, so I'm going to add a lot of scenery and detail, hopefully, to that soon, but I'm not entirely sure yet. So there, I did clear the space for the ride, and I decided to go with this balloons ride, which is a custom ride that is available online if you want to go looking for that. I can't exactly remember where I got it from, but I got it quite a while ago. So there's that. I decided to do that, and then I'm thinking, should I go to the roller coaster? Should I do this? Should I do that? As you can see, my spazzing of going everywhere here. So I decided to go, this space is a little bit bare. Let's go ahead and start on a building here on the sidewalk. So that's just what I do. I go ahead and decide to build a little bit of a building here next to the sidewalk. And I don't actually finish it. I just kind of make the layout of it. Just the basic shape of it, and that's about it. I didn't really go full into detail because I just didn't feel like making a building, but I just didn't know where to go, and I was kind of working on what am I going to do next. It was a lot of that in this video. So as you can see here, I actually am kind of looking closely at the swing of how close it gets to that building that's in front of it. So I'm still undecided there, and then I realized that I actually had, that's my phone going off, I actually had a roof that I could use on that roof right there that I haven't actually finished yet. So, and then I'm thinking, should I mess with those flowers? No. As you can see, I'm spazzing out a lot in the video of wondering what I should do. So I go ahead and do detail work on the flat ride I placed. Might as well while I'm trying to figure out what I want to do next. So I do end up getting into the custom supporting the coaster a little bit, but didn't really get into much on that, and that'll be later in the video. So yeah, and this is just me making this flat ride look a little more interesting. So not much to it. I mean, the queue line looks pretty good, and everything's was coming together. I thought the flat ride, the balloons were a very good addition in this spot right here. I thought they worked very well. And right here I'm looking for maybe a different style path for the queue line, and I finally find one, and I couldn't find a curved path that actually fit right there, and I was like, how am I going to do this? But luckily I figured out the solution in a little bit, as you'll see. So I ended up just going square, and as you can see, it kind of goes off to the side, and I was like, maybe I'll cover up with sidewalks, but there wasn't a sidewalk piece that actually covered that, so I'm like, I'll just use this path. My path cover actually covered it up, so it must be higher up than that path cover, so that was good, and it worked out very nicely. So, and that's ends that, and I just pretty much put my path cover over the path that I have right now, and then I got my raised area. Save a little bit right there, because I do like to save quite a bit just to make sure. And this point, I'm still looking, wondering what to do, and I decided to go with some rocks that I remembered that was in the Alpine Village set for the raised area, so it looked pretty cool, I thought. Just have some rock sides there that looked really good, yeah, so I put that together, and I thought it looked really nice, and decided to keep going with it, so I did that. And I think that's pretty much what I did for the raised area, and that's about it. After I added those rocks, I decided, what am I going to do now? So I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and work on the coaster, because I haven't done that in a while, pretty much. And I'm pretty much, all I do here is really get the B&M connectors on there, which just adds a little extra detailed right there by adding the B&M connectors, and they worked very well, because B&M connectors, I mean, it just adds that tiny little bit layer of detail that works very well with your roller coasters, so, or at least your B&M coasters. So I thought I really like the set, really well done, and I'm excited to have those a part of the coaster, because they just add that extra detail of realism. So I'm getting close to the end of the video here as I fiddle around here with these B&M connectors. But anyways, it's been a great park. I can't wait to see what it's like when I finally finish it. And I'm thinking about adding some buildings around this coaster in that empty area, or some towers or something. That'd be really cool to add some extra scenery around the ride to make the ride a little more exciting and more interesting. So that'd be really awesome. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this series, and I really appreciate everything you guys do. And it's been a great, fantastic ride so far, and I don't have as many Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 videos as I first planned to. I planned to have quite a bit when I first started the channel, but it just didn't happen, and I don't know really why I didn't really make many videos. Probably because I didn't know the approach I was going to take, or I always gave up on the projects I did. But I'm really confident about this project, and I hope it comes out very well. And again, if you guys want me to do some tutorial videos on certain things in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, please let me know. I'm not very the greatest at custom scenery, but I'm still trying my best. So once again, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you want to stay updated with the channel, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Tumblr, and that is pretty much it. As you can see, I finished the projects right there. And let me know if there's anything you want to see next in this park. If you have some theming ideas, please let me know down in the comments section below. It helps out dearly. And as always, I hope you guys have a great day and an even cooler tomorrow. Thanks for watching.